All right, to get started with our pepper pot, we're gonna need a few key ingredients. The main star of this dish is gonna be the cassareep. So we have some of that. We're gonna need some salt, pepper, brown sugar, garlic, onion, pepper, thyme, scallion, some cinnamon stick, and a couple cloves. That's all it is. And your chicken, if you're using chicken, or beef, pork, lamb, goat, whatever you're using. We're doing chicken. So I'm gonna start by chopping the garlic, onion, and pepper up, and then we're gonna get it in our grinder and grind that up real quick. Start by putting in our garlic and our peppers and our onions. You don't have to chop it up like tiny because it's going in the grinder, so just like a rough chop. Cover this up with your close. Make sure your whatever you're using is closed, and we're just gonna press so we could chop it up. And that looks good. We're gonna go ahead and take it off. Yes, it smells really good. We're just gonna take all of this out. I'm gonna put it in our plates here. And we have our thyme. So I'm basically just gonna pull on them. Take all of that out and sit it on the side. If you're using like the fat thyme, of course, you could chop it up. And next we're gonna chop up our scallions. And that's it. So we're gonna put all of this in our plate. Along with our spices and cloves and all of our ingredients, and we're gonna go to the stove. All right, now that we have all of our season prepped and ready to go, we have a big pot. So Pepperpot, you need space, so we have a big kahari going, and then I have all of my chicken that is washed, chopped up, washed, and ready to go, and this is gonna go right in here. And you don't need oil in the pan, just putting everything directly in. All right, now it's time to go ahead and put all of these ingredients in here. We have our scallions, thyme, chopped up, wiri pepper or cherry pepper with onions and garlic, our cloves, and our cinnamon. All of this is going right in. We have about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of salt. And I'm just eyeballing. And the same with the pepper. You know, our West Indian people love pepper, so you put as much as you want. I think that's good enough for us. And then for now, we're only gonna use a small amount of cassareep, just so we could get this cooked in for a little bit. And once all the liquid is absorbed, then we could go ahead and add in some broth and some more cassareep. But for now, we just need a little bit. So I'm just gonna pour. And now we turn everything and let it cook down before we add our additional. This is a very big pot, and it's I'm gonna need a step stool here, Derek. I can't reach. Oh my gosh, I can't reach. And you just want to turn everything up. Make sure all of those ingredients are mixed. This is 2 chicken and some legs as well that I added in just so we could get some more. It is a large batch because we're prepping for our family dinner party. This is gonna be perfect. So we're just gonna mix everything up and let it steam down a little. Everything marinates together before we add in more. Okay, we're gonna cover this up and let it do its thing. Okay, it's time to go ahead and give this a quick turn. Like I said, we have a lot in this pot, so I need a bigger spoon. All right, guys, our chicken has been steaming away for quite a bit. It's looking so good and it smells so delicious. Ouch! So delicious in here with all of those spices, the fresh thyme, our cinnamon. It just smells so good. So let's let that burn down just a little bit more, and then we could add in some broth that we made to thicken all of this up along with the rest of our cassareep. Okay, let's see what's happening here. A lot of people use beef or pork, lamb, goats to make their pepper pot. Chicken pepper pot is, I guess, uncommon in a way. But growing up Hindu, a lot of Hindu people, they don't eat pork, they don't eat beef, so chicken is the next option. And this is a must on Christmas morning. So this is a great way to still have that authentic, meal on Christmas morning. And hopefully our guests will love it just as much as we do, because it is a great dish. And Aiden will be making some fresh plait bread to go with this. We will have full menu, or full recipe, I should say, for that as well. So now we're gonna go ahead and add in the rest of our cassareep. So we want a good amount of cassareep, and this is definitely the star of this dish. So we're gonna pour generously. Okay. All right, so for our chicken broth, this is homemade. So we use the regular ingredients that you would make to make a chicken broth. But along with that, we also went ahead and we add in a bunch of chicken feet in here as well, which will give us like that gelatin consistency that we're looking for, all the collagen in there. It's super healthy for you, and it's gonna be great for this chicken pepper pot. Normally with, like, let's say a beef pepper pot, for instance, we would add in oxtail in there, and when it melts down or cooked down, you do get that gelatin consistency that makes it so nice and thick and rich and super delicious. So for those reasons, we use the chicken feet to make this. But it's also so healthy for you just to drink it by itself, and it's gonna go perfect with this dish. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add, maybe not all of it. I'm gonna start with that amount, and then if we need more, then we could add. We're gonna go ahead and give all of this a good mix, just so we could get all of our cassareep incorporated with our stock. And you want to be gentle with turning. So as you could see, I'm just putting my spoon and kind of like shaking it back and forth. This way I'm not breaking the chicken and having it fall apart into pieces. So let's just get all of that in there. And we're gonna let this keep cooking, simmer down until we have a nice thick sauce. I think from the way it's looking, we're going to need a little bit more cassareep. So we're gonna go ahead and pour some more. We're half a bottle in. This is 13 ounce and we're half a bottle. So we're gonna add about half of this more. And this is gonna make it so delicious. This is cassareep, if you don't know, originated from the Amerindians in Guyana. It's so delicious, made the bitters from the cassava, I should say.
Or yuca.
Yeah, and some of you may know it as yuca, but it is delicious. It goes well in a lot of different dishes, and yeah, we need some more liquid, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of our broth. And I have my teacher over here, my mother-in-law, teaching me how to make this, so we could all learn it together. You know, it's basic ingredients, but the way it's cooked goes, like all of those together, those flavors, it comes together and everything married together, and it becomes this beautiful, yummy flavor. And it's perfect on Christmas morning. And it smells so good in here. Just got a little bit more to go. Let the sauce, everything marinate and our sauce thicken up together. All we're missing now is some bread. We just need Aiden to start making his bread. Okay, our pepper pot is looking really good. Our sauce is nice and thick, just the way we want it. Chicken is cooked all the way. We don't want to overcook so it falls apart. So right now we're going to go ahead and add in some more scallions. And these are frozen scallions, but you could use fresh one. It don't matter. There you go. You could put as much as you want or as little as you want. I think that's perfect right there. Let's go ahead and shut our stove off. And that is it for this pepper pot. Next, we're gonna move on to make our bread with Aiden. So we're gonna move on to that, and then we're gonna wrap this video, tie everything up together so we could try some. Okay, moving on to our bread. Aiden is starting off with 4 cups of whole milk and then 3 tablespoons of instant yeast, and just give that a quick mix. We're gonna let that sit and rise for a few minutes before we start adding it into our flour. But in the meantime, let's get our flour ready. So for this recipe, we're using 12 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we have 6 cups of bread flour. You know, it's a little different, but Aiden bread always comes out perfect. Okay, next we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 cup of granulated sugar, which is white sugar. Okay, you want to go ahead and mix all of that in. He likes to make a hole in the middle, as you guys could see, and then add in all of your milk and yeast in there. Just give it a quick mix, and then we're going to go ahead and add in 2 cups of water. Okay, next we're going to add in 1 cup of extra virgin olive oil. We like to use olive oil in our bread. And then 4 sticks of butter, everything at room temperature. I know there's lots of recipe out there that calls for different ingredients, but this is what we use and it always comes out perfect. And then you knead everything and put it away in a warm space to rise. And then what we like to do after an hour or so, we'll take it out and re-knead it again. Then place it back in your bowl and let it rise again for another 2 hours. All right, our bread dough has been rising for quite a bit, so it's ready now for us to go ahead and section them off. For this batch, we are doing both plaid bread and rolls, and we normally use 3 pieces for each bread, like 3 sections. So we're just gonna roll those out, and then we could go ahead and start plaiting them and get them ready for the second rising before they go in the oven. It's pretty simple. All you do is, roll it out the way she's doing it, get a nice surface, and just keep rolling just like that. You start in the middle and work your way to the end until you have the right amount, and she's going pretty quickly. So let's pause for a second. So we have our shapes, and then we start in the middle on one end. Okay. And then we're going to turn it around and do the next end. Okay, of course for this step you want to make sure your pan is greased, which we put some butter on there before we place them on. So now this is going to get covered and we're going to let it rise again for another 30 to 40 minutes before we put it in the oven. And now we're going to start portioning for our rolls. So to round your bun, it's pretty simple, or roll. You just hold them. Here, show us. And yep, you just roll it like so in your palm and we're all good. And we have our tray is ready, so we're gonna start placing them. You want to space them out a little. And we're gonna continue like this until all of this is finished. Our bread rise, so now it's time to make a little glaze. So we're going to start with a little bit of sugar. Need some milk, some butter, and this is Aiden's special recipe that he does. Ooh. We're going to go ahead and remove . So all we're going to do now is go ahead and glaze all of our bread with this mixture. This is how we do it all the time. Or Aiden, this is the way he does it, and it comes out perfect. So he's not here, but I'm gonna do it the same way. We have a lot of help in the kitchen to make all of this a success. So we're just going to continue to glaze all of this until we're finished, and then we're going to put it in the oven, which is already hot, and we're at 350. You want to make sure you coat everything, and like I said, when it's finished, we're going to brush it again. So, and this is going to go perfect for our delicious chicken pepper pot that we made already. You can't have Pepperpot without some fresh homemade bread, so let's get the other bread in. And our rolls. Now it's time to cover this. Alright guys, so our Pepperpot's finished and our bread of course, and look how soft that bread is. It's just cutting into it like butter. Came out amazing. Aiden did an awesome job. So this is everything that we made for our dinner. Well, I should say some of the things we made for our dinner party. Our Pepperpot was so delicious. Everyone had such a great time trying it out for the first time. We made a few other things to go along with this. I'm going to have a full video with all of that, but this one is specifically for Pepperpot and bread, so you guys could have those, you know, your full attention on that to making yours perfect. Alright guys, so our Pepperpot is finished obviously, and it came out delicious. Because we had an event going on, I did not get to plate it the way I would like to, but this is our Pepperpot. As you could see, it came out really good. We have a nice thick sauce, and this is our chicken Pepperpot. Everything that you need to make this is going to be in the recipe, in the description of this video, so you could try it. All of our guests really enjoyed this dish. Some of them has never had it before, so it's really nice to see different culture enjoying the food. And everybody took some home for the next morning, obviously, because that's when it's the best, right? But as you can see, this came out amazing. All of our bread is finished, but we made a lot of rolls, so I still have some roll. And as you could see, our roll is perfect as well. Now all we need to do is go ahead and dip. Let me move this out of the way. You just need to dip in there and enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up because I did not get to eat any yesterday. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you make this dish for your family, from our kitchen to yours. Have a happy holidays. We have lots of other recipe coming. A preview I could give right now would be, we have lots of cake that we've made. We have black cake, fruit cake, and another fruit cake with just a little less fruit in it for those that don't like, you know, heavy amount of fruits. But thanks again. Please subscribe to our channel if you have not already. We really appreciate you hitting that like button, leave a comment, and I hope everyone have a happy holiday with your family, from our kitchen to yours. Enjoy, and we'll see you in the next one.